I want to discuss something, sexuality. This is probably going to be a family-friendly one. Not a lot of cursing, not too salty. I'm what's known as a pansexual. Alright? And this is neither here nor there. It's just it bothers me people complaining about all these gay rights and pan rights and transgender rights. Okay, look. It's not important. You don't need any more rights than anyone else. Frankly, marriage is not anything to do with love. It was a Judeo-Christian creation which came from property. Whoever the female was in the relationship was owned. If the husband died, that female belonged to his nearest living relative. She was literally no more than livestock to breed with. And if you doubt me, look this up. I mean, it's in history books. It's in textbooks. It's Google it, man. We have Google, Yahoo, Bing, blah, 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 blah. We got like a billion different search engines. Sexuality is not important. You don't need to tell the whole world you're lesbian, that you're gay, that you're straight, that you're bisexual, that you're pansexual, that you're transgender, that you're gender fluid, this, that, and the third. I'm pansexual, gender fluid. Or, yeah, I mean, whatever you want to fucking call it. Excuse me, I cursed. What pansexual is, simply put, alright, you know straight is a man is attracted to a woman, or a woman's attracted to a man. Well, you know homosexual is woman on woman, or male on male. Alright. Pansexual is not bisexual. Bisexual means you can be attracted to either sex, male or female, regardless of their sexual orientation. What pansexual is I don't see male or female. Alright? That means I'm not going to be turned on simply because someone's a female or simply because someone's a male. I'm attracted to the personality. Alright? I'm attracted to the person, not the fact that they're 15 or the fact that they're 50. It's an internal thing. I'm literally blind to color. I'm blind to age. I'm blind to religious beliefs. I'm blind to physical attractiveness. It doesn't exist to me. It's irrelevant. I mean, I was born this way. This wasn't taught to me other than my mom, you know, being one of those, you should love people for who they are, and if you love them, you love them. You don't have to tell the world, you don't have to broadcast it, but you love who you love, and that's the way of nature. Well, gender fluid, alright? What this means is I can be a male one day or relate to a male persona, and then the next day I can relate to a female persona, my feminine side. In other words, I'm just as comfortable wearing pants and a tank top as I would be a bra and panties. It just depends on the mood and how it strikes me that day. And I don't need to fly a flag in my front yard. I don't need to have it all over my truck or my car. I don't need to get up on a soapbox and politically protest knowing it's not going to do any good in the first place. Protesting is nothing more than a placebo. It doesn't exist. I mean, if it worked, they wouldn't let you do it. Racism has not changed in 2,000 years. Religious persecution has not changed in 2,000 years. Age discrimination has not changed in 2,000 years. Women's rights have not changed. They tell you it has. It hasn't. If you do your research and you start studying and asking people things, rights for minorities of any kind have not changed anywhere in the world. All they've done is relabeled and rewashed and changed how they teach you to look at it. They teach your perception to see it a certain way. Oh, well, women can vote and they can have jobs now, but they still get paid less than men. They still get treated like less of a human than a male. So it hasn't changed. They do the same thing with blacks and Latinos and Caucasian males. I'm treated completely different than a black person would be, or a Spanish person, or, you know, normal people of my age. There is no difference in discrimination. I don't have any white privilege. First of all, I'm a ginger. See that? Yeah. Red hair, everywhere. All right, and freckles, pale. Um, I'm treated just as low as a lot of African Americans claim to be treated. I'm treated the exact same way. I'm persecuted, I'm judged, I'm shunned, I'm treated like a third class peasant. Like, my job is to shine your shoes and, bow and, yes, massa, I'll be doing it for you, massa. Don't you be worrying. That's how I'm treated. But I've never once gotten on a soapbox and complained and wanted, payment for it. I deal with it. I suck it up. And I teach people that I'm still going to smile at you. I'm still going to be friendly. In my head, I've already killed you 3 times. But, if it comes to that, I've already beaten you if you want to become physically confrontational. But I smile, I'm very friendly. I'm personable. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Please, thank you. Oh, please, go ahead. Go first. Because that's common courtesy. That's what you're supposed to do, even if you feel like crap. Even if you feel like you just want to go home and blow your head off. You still, you hold the door for someone. You're polite. Those are Southern values, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way my mom and granddad raised me. And my granddad just died this week. So I'm not a very happy person up here. But I still smile when I go out in public. Oh, wow. It's good to meet you. Oh, wow. I hope you're having a good day. Because that's what you're supposed to do. I don't like or not like anyone. I don't judge. I'm not going to judge until it comes to being judge, jury, and executioner. And that's an integrity thing. I'm not going to judge you because you're black, fat, tall, you're 12 years old, you're 112 years old. I'm not going to judge you because of that. It's what's up here that matters and what's in here. The rest of it doesn't matter at all. It's irrelevant. And if you do your studies and your research and you Google and encyclopedia and Wikipedia, you're going to realize the age, the sex, the religion, the sexual orientation, the color of someone's skin, their weight, their height, those don't matter at all. They truly have been proven to be 100% irrelevant throughout history. And the sooner people realize this and the sooner people start treating each other as equals, we're literally all brothers and sisters. We all go back to 4 tribes in Europe. Not the Middle East, Europe. We go back to 4 tribes. Okay? We are all related blood. So whoever you are watching this, you're literally my brother or sister. And likewise, I'm yours. Genetically speaking, we are all from the exact same family. And you can say Adam and Eve all you want. That has nothing to do with it. That's a semantic. Because every religion has their creation story. And the vast majority of them are far older than Judeo-Christian and Abrahamic religions. So let's not argue that one. It doesn't matter. You should treat everyone the same, regardless of what they look like, or how tall, or whether they fit your little box. You know what? Once you get rid of the boxes, that's when the world gets better. These boxes that people keep themselves in, that's where your racism comes from. That's where your prejudice comes from. That's where your hatred comes from. That's where your fear comes from. That's where your draconian law systems come from, and dictators and evil rulers, the Kim Jong-uns and the Kim Jong-ils and the Adolf Hitlers and the Saddam Husseins and the George Bush Juniors. That's where they come from. So you're going to need to stop that, people, if you ever want a world for your kids or your grandkids, or hell, for yourself. I mean, you don't have to think 4 generations ahead. Just think about right now. Are you happy when you walk out the door and see how people treat each other? I mean, are you truly happy? Like, can you smile when you see how people interact? Because if not, you need to fix it for your sake, for your kids' sake, for your grandkids and your great-grandkids, for your brothers and sisters here now, for your parents that are still alive, for your grandparents, and so on. Think about it, man. Everything has a reaction. For every action is an equal and opposite reaction. That's physics. Look into quantum mechanics. If you question anything I'm saying, I have 2 documentaries I highly recommend any one of you watch, and they're not paying me to say this. Down the Rabbit Hole, What the Bleep Do We Know, is one. And that's on quantum mechanics, quantum science, and quantum physics. Another one, and I know this thing is going to like really screw with your head, but this is the name of the documentary. I mean, this is the actual name. I'm quoting it verbatim. All Men Are Child Molesters. It's not a bad DVD. It's a scientific thing. I didn't want to watch it because when I saw the name, I was like, oh crap, what is this? It's not. It's actually a scientific documentary. And it goes for women too. It's just the name is catchy. It got my attention. It was on Crackle. It's probably on YouTube. Very informative DVDs. They cover religion, politics, sex, lust, human nature, and so on and so forth. I mean, it's crazy. And those 2 documentaries, What the Bleep Do We Know, Down the Rabbit Hole, and All Men Are Child Molesters, you watch these, and you're going to really just like, your brain's going to, you're going to be like, oh my God, there's so much that I didn't know that's grounded in hard science that billions and billions of dollars of research has gone into, and they found facts that show that all these things that we keep in our head and worry about, oh my God, they're looking at me, or, you know, there's nothing I can do about it to fix it. It blows it out of the water. I hope this is informative, and you know what? Like my videos, subscribe. If you don't, hey, you watched it, you made it this far, we're only 12 minutes in. Have a good day. Peace out.